I welcome you all. I hope you guys are doing fine. I'm doing fine again, and for today we are going to make the second part of the power dam all the way in the back there. I want to come up with a new design. But before doing that, I do have to explain to you why I haven't been uploading for almost a month, and that is because in the first place, I got sick with COVID for at least 2 weeks. I couldn't be doing anything because my voice was cracked up, my breathing was cracked up. And then just at the moment, I wanted to come back into all of this wonderful recording and playing games. My SSD died. And because I couldn't immediately buy another SSD, I had to wait for a week. And then meanwhile I was waiting for that, I got bad luck again. And I actually got, I think, the cold, or I got hay fever. So I was out for another week. Really annoying, and I can't wait to just get back into this stuff because, yeah, it has been way too long. Now I do have a comment of Zorlag. He says the batteries and power switch has been a part of the game for a pretty long time. The batteries look like a little different than usual because they have an animation when they are discharging. I also really like the more messy parts of your conveyor belt, since it's nice all the items move over each other like it's an old-fashioned factory. Also, heads up, you should never underestimate the size of train station. They take up to 5 times 2 area for each item that you transport. There is some very important information there, and thank you for clearing up about the power stuff. Now, meanwhile, there has been a couple of other videos about Satisfactory Update 8. And yeah, they have confirmed that these little gas tanks can be destroyed. And also they have been showing a little bit more about the whole power line situations, and I'm very excited for that. And YouTube Q is saying JB passion for content. Thank you guys a lot for your comments. I really like to read and answer them, and they are very important to help the channel grow. So if you don't know what to comment but you still want to help out, you can also drop a little emoji. Now you can understand that meanwhile I was sick, my SSD got broken, got sick again. I tried to do something with, games wise, but I just couldn't get it done. I got just so annoyed by coughing, not feeling well and all that stuff. And it's also, summertime, it is being hot and whatnot. But last night, of all of honesty, I've been making this down here. Now let me just turn. I thought B was lamp. Maybe I need to press escape. There we go. Alright, so yeah, last time I spoke about it, I wanted to do something different down here, and this is what I came up with. It is not 100% done just yet because this stuff here actually needs to leave at some point, probably, when update 8 has been there and the moderators have been upgrading their mods, so I can do something with this area what I want to do for a little while, and then I might be able to, upgrade this party because I'm going to have something to support this. Maybe I'll just add a half foundation. I just have to see, and then I can just add some more poles. But I really like this down here. I've also unlocked the steel beams and steel support and whatnot, so this is going to look fine as it is. Now even though these gas things in update 8 can be destroyed, I don't want to destroy this one. I think this is kind of cool having this down here. For whatever reason, you can just roleplay it for yourself. And the last thing I want to talk about, or at least say that I'm going to keep in mind for the train station that I'm going to have a lot of space. I'm going to, take this foundation all the way up to here, and if need, also this space down here. I want to make something into the sky. The main reason why I want to have a train station here is because I need to transport stuff to the space elevator. The right top. There is a lot of things that I need, and probably at some point, we need to head out. We need to make smaller modular factories and, fortress and another future city, whatnot. And some of the stuff needs to be transported right down here. I am actually not sure if we can make like another space elevator. No, for now it's just what it is. That's why I also have like a gap down there, to go through and go through from there. Maybe I'll let the train just coming to the city above and whatnot. And another reason why I'm very glad to actually be back to this, the thing here is the longer you are forced or take a break from something, the more, you know, it becomes messy in your head, trying to think like, what have you done? How much is gonna go where? And in this case, for an example, I'm going to need to recalculate the coal, because I am not sure if I have enough coal or can get enough coal. Of course, I have a miner upgrade. Yeah, can I get some more coal from the same miner, or do I need to get a new coal mine, which is not a big problem. Okay, so these guys are using 15 per minute. I got 16 of them right down here, and I believe this is the way how you can do it. And then this, enter. No, just like that. How do I use the calculator? 16 times 15, that is how it works, right? Okay, I have no idea, so if you know, then let me know in the comment section. I'm going to use Windows Calculator. At this moment, I'm using 240 coal for all of these guys. I need to use this. Yeah, okay, well, anyways, we have it done. 240. So what can I do with logistics type? This thing does 270, which is a little bit of a problem to say. I cannot do anything more on this conveyor belt. Now the good thing about this whole thing here is the fact that I'm not going to use this space down here, or with other words, if I need more into the future and I have a higher conveyor belt, I can just, you know, build some stuff here, let some more stuff go onto the same conveyor belt for that area. For now, I'm going to need to have a conveyor belt for the back. So the thing here is, I found a lot of coal right down here. This is the coal, and I'm going to need one mine for now. I believe there are a couple of them. We will take a look in a minute. And then I straight away gonna go bring it here, right? And I can, you know, upgrade this transport thing here. Oh, I have one, but one is going down. I think I can just cut that one off. Let's just cut that one off, and we're going to use this one on top for the power dam in the back. So first things first, I'm going to need to find my way to wherever I'm going to need to go. And I'm going to need to do this a little bit smart. It should be behind there. I can see it on my radar. Let's just take a little look onto the map. Now, yeah. So I believe this is downwards, because I remember standing here, it was a long way down. Now I do see this. Right, so I have an option. I think I went in here or down. Let's just take a little look over that first. And for now, it is just important. Let's just make a conveyor belt go to where it needs to be. And then we can, you know, upgrade the dam first. Yeah, as I was thinking already. Goes down. Yeah, I think it might be smart to go around. I wanted to, you know, go down here, but it looks a very bad idea. I want to see if I can at least, you know, get to the point where I've been taking the disc with a little lake. Yeah, that's supposed to be here. Very good. Oh, and then you way down, right down here, for easy transporting. Okay, let me yeah, let's just take a little look ahead to, like, is this going to be an important vote? I might need to say, if so, then let's make it the correct way right away. Or else in the future I'm going to need to rebuild stuff, and it might be troublesome to say, because stopping and power is not a lot of fun. Now, what I think was the whole idea with the new switches and the new way of the power dam is that if you lose power, you can set stuff on such a way that the game will just turn off one factory. Take care that you know, get your power back on for the rest of your factories. Something like that. So it doesn't completely shut down everything. And it's a very cool system. Yeah, you guys have fun. Yeah, this might be an important road to say. Because down here we're gonna get into more cliffside. Maybe there's like something that goes that way. For the upper part here. But this might be like a quick route. So what I mean by that is I'm going to take care that the conveyor belt is like up, and then, you know, any vehicles can go underneath if need. And apparently I have a chest somewhere. I wonder what stuff will be in there. Yeah, I'm going to need to go this way. Where is stuff at? Hey buddy. Where is it? Supposed to be here? Oh, that is the icon. The icon is here. And where is the coal? Can you see that? Also go that way. Oh. Okay. Don't have any explosives with me, nor I have a chainsaw. Okay, so I'm going to need to bring power here anyways. Yeah, I could say, you know, to not go, you know, all the way around. Let's just go via the cliffside and then just straighten it out this way. I think that might be a bit shorter. Right, so it took a little bit of work, but I got it finally done. I have 240 coal per minute going that way, all the way up to the dam. Which basically means I can add 16 more coal generators. Now for the future there is another spot down here, and or this thing is not, you know, maxed out just yet. So for the future we can do some more crazy stuff. We just have to see how, what and why. Anyways, let me just go along and then just quickly show you with a speed up. The exact route of this coal. Alright, so we can now enjoy some fun with the, you know, making a new type of dam. And I already been thinking I would actually like to build these guys within a building. I had to think of certain movies, and then I kind of visualized like what have I seen from pictures, maybe documentaries, you know, all that good stuff. And I got a bit of an idea what I want to do there. Now of course I need to keep in mind I cannot make it like too perfect because the water will always, you know, go through, you know, buildings and stuff. So it's not like we can get like a nice steady flow going, but we can at least try to make something fun out of it. Now the next thing that I am going to do is I'm going to, you know, connect this, this conveyor belt all the way up to over there, and I'm actually going to demolish the existing dam right down there. And then I'm gonna make one part, and then I can just, you know, show it to you, because it will basically be a repeating type of deal. Just a little between in update, I managed to get the conveyor belt up through here, then go around, and then I still need to get it up that way. But I would like to just show you something because I had a lot of fun making something. So from this point of on, this road will go down because, you know, if you work at the water dam power factory, you're gonna go down because that is the way how to get in. It's always lower to the water. If you need to go to the other side, you're gonna cross from this upper part, right? So once you get down here, you see something strange right down here. I actually been thinking like sometimes there need to be like maintenance, right? There need to be like certain spare part, need to get into the building, need to be go down with a crane or whatever. And then, you know, I was like, okay, what if I make this beam go out where a crane or a part of the crane can be attached, it rolls out here, then a little rope goes down or a chain, whatever. You pick up the goodies and then bring it back in. Of course, look at this. let's give you guys a better view of what I've been doing here. It was actually a lot of fun to, you know, come up with something like, okay, how am I going to do this? Like, so basically I just placed a wall here, brought it up, and then I just tested like, could I attach this orange beam to the wall? So I did. I just expanded it there, and then I was like, okay, I'm going to need to have something with rope, right? So long story short, I attached like one of these things first to this beam, then to that beam, and then I took another one of these beam from the same wall, did it that way, and then I attached this guy to it. You can only put this guy underneath the beam or like against the wall. You cannot put it like this. So I had to put it underneath the beam. Then I connected those ropes first. Then I took this orange beam, connected to the wall that way. Then you have like a bit of a crane type of deal. Remove the wall and then just extend this part. Okay, later on I can see if I can make it up to the roof. You know, it needs to be supported somehow, some way. Just gonna experiment a bit to make things look a little bit more realistic. And then down here I got like some kind of a control room. I do want to place like some switches, like this light control panel or something, but this guy requires like 3 AI, which is a lot for me right now, but maybe I just have enough to at least place one of these guys or 2, and then, you know, it looks at least a little bit filled up from here, like having a control room. And it's of course very handy, like, oh, there's some guy saying close the door, open the door. Maybe control the crane from out here. On purpose I did not put any windows in here because I don't want people to be nosy and look at all the control panels, you know. Maybe there are some bad people out there that want to blow this stuff up. Anyways, so what I'm going to do right now is I'm going to, you know, put my brain to think, like, how am I going to do this? Have stuff indoors, have this up, and then this a little bit more dummy-ish. You know, I'm just going to see if I can use some of the other blocks like this guy. It's, once again, I'm going to say it's a shame we don't have, or at least maybe I need to figure out the shop, but there are no triangle foundations or whatever. Like, why isn't that a thing? You have these round stuff, but you don't have triangulated. I mean, that would be so perfect to make like a dam, because it comes out of a small hole and then it triangulates that way, triangulate that way, and then it's like concrete with a little, you know, thingy in here. I'm gonna try and do my best. Well, I got some good news, I got some bad news, and something funny to explain to you guys, because I have died. I actually, you know, fell down here into the hole and I reached like the bottom of this waterfall, and yeah, my chest was laying down there, and then I started to panic, being silly, because if I would thought about it to, you know, get one of the auto saves earlier back, I wouldn't have spent a lot of time wasting time, because I thought, let's just for some comments like fly, maybe God mode and whatever not, and I messed around, I couldn't figure all of the stuff out, and I was like, yo bro, why don't you just load up an autosave? So I still have my stuff, that actually happened. So this guys, the good news is I made a pretty good start. I figured also something out what I actually wanted. The bad news is I'm running out of time and I'm going to put this episode up. So we just have to deal with it and also do a part 2. Now what I've done down here is I've been connecting it up to there. It goes underneath and comes out to the other side and then towards the factory. As you can see, that is what I have for right now. The only silly thing is, for some reason these things don't receive any power. Maybe because water thing. Water thing. I always dislike it a lot when I cannot find my words what this thing is called. A water extractor. Maybe because the water extractor is not yet connected up to the coal factory itself. It's not saying to me, you know, you don't have any power. Anyways, so yeah, this is what I was looking for, a little bit more than what I done over there. This makes a lot more sense to have like concrete here and concrete there. The water, flush out and then, you know, disappear that way if it's too much. Right, so let me just, I'm all over the place. By the way, hot today, summertime. Never like summertime. So in here, this is how it looks for right now, and I'm pretty happy. I just connected that guy up to, you know, to the roof, which looks very nice. I made the conveyor belt coming just above the little control room office, and then it exactly fits above the coal generator. Good. Yeah, as you can see down here, I'm going to need to, you know, do some more. But the thing is also, I don't want to wait for another week, and another thing is I don't want to rush it and make it too ugly, because you guys can now also give me feedback. Because one thing I am not really sure about is how I could actually connect the water extractor on the foundation to the water. So I'm just going to need to see how, or maybe you guys have some tip. Maybe I need to, there's not really a lot of space for another foundation. Maybe make it a little bit like lower. Let me just show you around more. So I got this down here all the way up to there, and yeah, as you can see, no power. But as you can also see, the power is connected, so it doesn't make any sense to me. Not sure what's going on, but like I said, maybe I need to connect the water extractor and then it will accept the power. Maybe that's the whole thing here. Alright, so I did figure out a way. Very nice too, right? Yeah, to get this into more of a pointy shape as I wanted to. Oddly enough, I could not connect it nicely up to that side, because this side would stick out a tiny little edge past this guy, or this guy would stick out on that side. Now let me just show you what I mean with sticking out. The thing is, I got it perfectly connected up right here, right? The foundation that comes from the other side will stick out a little bit more if I connected everything up into a pointy shape. And then from the pointy shape, if I would build out the foundation this way, it would stick out like a whole part down here. And yeah, so I had to, you know, skip the pointy part here and just, you know, come up with something else. That's why it's also, you know, glitching out for a little bit sometime, but I do not really care about the glitchy stuff. I got some street lights in here, they're not connected. It's more for a static view, and yeah, I like this way more, because if you would put a wall, you know, let me just take for example this guy, it will stick out, and the concrete one is sticking out way more than this guy, so that would look weird. That's why I decided to build it inwards, which is okay. It gives it also a little bit more depth, if you ask me, in the same thing I did over there. But right down here, it is just perfectly connected up like that. Beautiful. It's absolutely fantastic. Then I got this down here. Now, of course, you need to imagine that water overflow will be, you know, the drains are underneath the building. If there's too much water flow, the drains on the opposite side will open. The drain underneath here will be open, and then the water will, you know, squeeze out with a little bit of a ramp. I believe they do that in real life too, to make sure that the water doesn't dig away or damage stuff too much around here. So the water will have a little bit of air time and then, you know, start coming down on that side. And I actually made like a double wall over there, you know, to make sure that it actually looks good. Yeah, right down here. So you can see the double wall type of idea. So a little bit inwards, just to cover up from this wall exposing on the other side. Very good. And I also actually learned, oh, I was joking on my talking there. I also actually discovered something that I wish I knew a little bit earlier, but you can apparently replace stuff. Because what I did to make the double wall was just place this guy first, right? Like right down here. And then it needs to be in there or on there, or the foundation, and not onto the barrier as it wants right now. And so apparently if you press Ctrl, it will replace the barrier. So if I would do this, it's now replaced with this wall, which is just super handy. There is only one downside, which you don't see with this guy, but you can see it with a concrete wall, for an example. you don't only replace this thing, it will also take the color, which, you know, it can be nice, but it's also not very nice. The thing here is I have to change it, right? And then I was like, can you not add that stuff to, you know, for example, this stuff, right? If I would make this green, and then I'm like, okay, maybe it works not when you upgrade it, but let me see. Can you downgrade it? Yeah, so you see it lost its color, right? Now the thing here is, if you would, you know, still have it like this, and then I was like, okay, well, that's perfect. You can keep the color. I was like, what if you hold control and then upgrade it, but it doesn't keep the color, which is a shame. For this kind of stuff, it should keep it. For that kind of stuff, it should not keep it. So if I have a choice, then I'd rather have it keep the color, so you don't have to continuously, you know, replace the colors and stuff. But yeah, I'm very much happy with this. I'm also very happy that it's now inside of a building. So in this case, we're just going to do a part 2 and just, you know, I'm just gonna enjoy building. I'm going to look at you guys, maybe have some, you know, feedback, or maybe have some ideas, or maybe you can explain me, you know, why I don't have any power while it should be. Because this guy is not connected, and it's logic, it has no connection. This guy is connected, but it has no power. I mean, you know, it's weird. And maybe, very much maybe, what I will end up doing, maybe, yeah, I wanted to say I want to move everything up a bit so it is aimed out with the door, but maybe it's too crazy, because then I'm going to be lucky with the other part to be the same, and there's like a rock down here, so maybe I should not do that at all. And overall, I'm pretty happy. I like it way more having it inside a building. Yeah, that's nice, right? Okay, very good. So I'm going to see you guys on Sunday. Yeah, I don't know why I'm walking back this way. Probably because, you know, I need to end the video and I need to have something to do in order to fade out my little talking and the screen into, yep, what I always do.